Good morning, my dear students. Hope you all are fine. Today we are going to study the first chapter of class 10th, Letter to God. Right? Here the story, Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes, revolves around the idea of having unquestionable belief in something. May the story expose the firm faith shown by Lenchu. Right? The story is set in Latin American country. It is set in American country. Lancho the farmer, who is the protagonist of the story, writes a letter to God seeking help from the Almighty after discovering his entire crop yield destroyed by a devastating hailstorm. Means when Lancho discovered that his crop was completely destroyed by the hailstorm, then he decided to write a letter to God for some help because he has firm faith, he has blind faith in God. Although his wishes get fulfilled partially, if not completely, he is ungrateful in the end and questions the honesty and modesty of the postmaster who actually helped him with money in the name of God. Yes, no doubt, he got money, but not from the God, but by the postmaster. Means when he wrote the letter, the letter was received by the postmaster, and in the beginning he laughed at the letter that someone has written a letter to God, right, for some help. But later on he became serious, and in order to not to shake the firm faith in God, he collected some money from his post office employees, and thus he was managed to collect 70 pesos, and he sent the money to Lencho. When Lencho found the half amount, or only 70 pesos out of 100 pesos that he asked from God, he got very angry and questions the honesty and modesty of the post office employees. Right? So, here the complete explanation. The house, the only house in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill, means Lancho the farmer who lived on the house only that was there on the top of a hill. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers and always promised a good harvest. The hill was low heighted actually. From there, a river and a ready to harvest cornfield was visible. Right? The only thing the earth needed was a downpour or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, he knew his fields intimately had nothing else but see the sky towards the east. Means the field belonged to Lencho, and he had the utmost confidence that the harvest would reap great profits. The only thing that is awaited was rainfall, only a downpour, you can say. In this hope, he spent an entire morning gazing at the sky in the east, means in the northeast direction, from where a drizzle was expected to shower on his field. The man was looking at the sky confidently. Tell his wife that they are going to have a rain shower, to which the lady replies by saying, only if everything happens as they hope and expect. Then their elder children were looking at the field, and the younger ones were playing near the house. When Lencho's wife calls everyone for dinner, it is during that time drops of rain begin to fall, hereby proving the farmer's prediction to be true. The wind was unpleasant, and clouds could be seen approaching from the northeast sky. Actually, with a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers that was draped, you can say, draped in a curtain of rain. But suddenly, a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstorm began to fall. What happened actually? The man was very happy to think that this time they are going to have a very good harvest, and he was in hope of a little shower. Right, in the beginning, uh, there was a rain in a form of a little shower, but suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. So this truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pears. On seeing everything go as expected, Lenchu reflected upon the field and the floors covered with droplets which seemed as if they were wrapped in curtain. Unexpectedly, when he saw that the strong wind started blowing, leading to a hailstorm. Satirically, the writer refers to these pellets of frozen rain as new silver coins. Ironically, you can say the writer calls the frozen pearls new silver coins. The innocent boys became very playful and they went out in the rain to collect these hailstones which looked like frozen pearls. Actually, this was the explanation of the above paragraph, right? It's really getting bad now, exclaimed man. The farmer now starts worrying and hopes that the storm gets over quickly. I hope it passes quickly here, as we can say. He just hoped to get to pass it quickly. Actually, it did not pass quickly for an hour. The hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if covered with salt. Actually, when the farmer hopes that the storm gets over quickly, which to his utmost disappointment it didn't. The hailstones covered the entire valley, including the house, the garden, hillside, and the cornfield. It made everything look so white that it seemed as if it was covered in sand. Not a leaf remained on the tree at the end of that hailstorm. The corn was totally destroyed. The fields were totally destroyed, you can see. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lancho's soul was filled with sadness when he found that not a single leaf left remained on the trees. He got very tense. He saw that his complete harvest, which he hoped that uh, would be very great harvest, right? He saw that it was completely destroyed and the flower was gone from the plants and everything. When the storm had passed, actually, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, when the storm actually had passed, he came to his field and in the middle of the field, he stood up and said that a plague of locusts would have left more than this. Means it seemed that he was completely shaken by heart. The hail has left nothing. He was just crying. He was crying. We can see here Lanchu was crying inside, and he says the hail has left nothing. That night was a sorrowful one for the family. All our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. We will go hungry all this year. Yeah. Lancho says to his family and his wife that this year they are going to go hungry. Nobody is going to help them. What would happen with them? All these questions revolves in his mind. So thus we can see that the hailstorm destroyed the crop completely and left nothing for them, right? Thus, at the end, you can say, thus here when he found that his crop was completely destroyed, he wrote a letter to God. Okay, students.